Good morning, and happy Taco Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning, and happy 14-year birthday to our friends in the XRP Army, man. 14 years ago today. We'll talk about that. It's our lead story. But first, let's not look too much at the market. Market just opened. I guess we can. Well, look, let's go to our first article. I like the market at least have a couple of minutes. Oh, you know what? I got to go in and make sure everything's working on X, where most of my followers are at. Also get a lot coming over more and more over on YouTube. Most of your followers, okay. Oh, you know what? Looks like it's working. I like to also type a little GM for good morning in the title. Hopefully I'll be I'm getting close to streaming on TikTok as well. So they love their XRP over on TikTok. But anyway, yeah, it looks like we are live. Let's look at our first story, and then we'll give the market a minute or two. XRP Ledger celebrates 14 years since 2012 launch. Launched June 2nd, 2012. David Schwartz, Jed McCaleb, Arthur Bruto. The ledger settled transactions in seconds for pennies, powering cross-border payments through Ripple. It weathered SEC lawsuits, resolved mostly in its favor by 210. Now it hosts over $3 billion in tokenized real-world assets. Talk about real-world assets, how it's such a huge niche. It's going to be that. I mean, that might be the biggest use case for XRP that might be being overlooked, really, to be honest with you. RLUSD stablecoin with 1.7 billion and US spot ETFs trading at 1.5 billion. So anyway, happy birthday to XRP. Let's see where the market's opened. We've got NASDAQ down a quarter point, 0.28. Dow, funny, this just flip-flopped, right? When early on the futures, this was flip-flop. But now Dow is down 0.07, S&P 0.10. Almost flat. I mean, to be honest with you, this is almost flat. I don't know what else to say. But let's take a look at crypto. First, take a quick look at the bubbles. Near protocol, man. Arthur Hayes is really bullish on near protocol. Render looking real good today. Another one that I've owned. Man, I owned Render before it was ever on an exchange. All I needed was to just hold on to my Render, never sell it. I could go buy a new Gulfstream 800 today. But anyway, water under the bridge. Zcash up, near protocol, virtual. Another one I've been talking about for a long time. Jupiter, of course, Pump.Fun. I don't know any Pump.Fun anymore. Ondo, an RWA. WorldCoin as well, man. WorldCoin, proof of humanity, another AI play kind of. Trump even up 4.9%. Well, anyway, let's get on to the majors here, what we're really here for. Bitcoin, 68,932, man, down 4.1%. Bloodbath. Why am I happy? I don't know. I'm just, I don't care, right? I know kind of what's shaping it, and we'll kind of talk about it, but it's like it just gives me opportunity to buy more cheap Bitcoin. I'm happy. No, I'm not happy in the short term. Well, I'll tell you what I'm not. I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I'm not going bearish here. Good time to buy, Coachmaster. My good friend from X, long time, year-long friend from X, listened to me on YouTube, streaming live. Appreciate it. Getting more. I don't even haven't checked. Last time I had like 105 people over there. But anyway, good day to buy. Like I said, I'm more optimistic today than I was yesterday with the market down 4.1%. Maybe there's a screw loose. I don't know. But, hey, I'll take it. It is what it is, right? A lot of things. There's technical reasons. There's, we'll get into it here in a minute. But Ethereum's holding pretty strong. Check this out. I thought Ethereum was going to be $1,800. Ethereum 1978, flat for the day. Let's go back. Was there a glitch there? No. Bitcoin down 4.1. Ethereum flat. Shout out to Tom Lee. He's taking a sigh of relief this morning. XRP on his 14th birthday. $1.26.3, down 2.7%. And Solana there, $79.05, 1.7. Take a look at my grid bots, which I keep swearing I'm gonna do content. You see they're all in the red. My the last grid bot I bought in for $6,000, we're down about oh, you know what? Do I still have no? Oh, $5. I thought I had 5,000 available. No, my last grid bot's upside down. This is the first time since I've been doing grid bots, but basically my grid bots just turned into a Solana, and now I got to wait for them to come up. They'll start working again at $80, so no big deal. I really meant to split that into a $3,000. I could have caught that very bottom, but all good. I mentioned Ankita, a little meme coin we've been talking about, a great content creator. It's having a good day, up to 125. When I started talking about it on my show, exactly 2 weeks ago, this Thursday or Friday, it was $3,000. So what's the math there? What's 125 divided by 3,000? And this is a long shot meme coin. Let's not fool ourselves. 125 divided by 3. And we're up 41.66x. So we're doing pretty good on that. Of course, like I say, it's early. We just support the creator. He's a great content creator. Green Man Report on X. I'll show you some stuff. But anyway, a little meme coin we're having some fun with. We're supporting the creator, up 40, almost 42x from the call. But then again, it's been up and down, up and down. It's been higher than this. It went to like 230, down to 50, back to 100. It's kind of more solid around 90 to 100. But anyway, telling people about it, getting some friends, having a little fun with it, not betting the farm on it by any means. But wow. So hey, happy Taco Tuesday, Mr. Heine. I saw you playing with that new reply feature. I'm gonna reply laughing my ass off about Jim Cramer, who I'll be talking about. I feel like he's the reverse Cramer, man. Is honestly the reverse Cramer is the most powerful, literally the most powerful force in all of crypto. I want to reply to him just laughing hysterically, but didn't see how to do it. But Taco Tuesday, Mr. Heine, I hate to say it. I haven't drank in a lot of years, but if due, I might be washing those tacos down with a little tequila after seeing Bitcoin down 4.1%. But like I say, if you understand the game, you see this as an opportunity, right? Billionaire Vivek Ramaswamy Strive, which is a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. Also, they're copying Sailor. They have a preferred dividend product as well, preferred stock. I think theirs pays like 13.5, pays daily too. Whereas Sailor's pays every month, and they're trying to pay every 2 weeks, but they pay daily. So they just bought 185 million. But listen, okay, what's causing this big crash? Technically, we had a big bear flag. We brought below the bottom of it. Technically speaking, that's probably why we lost some support. But really, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, right? But to me, the main reason is this. Last night on a space, chatting with Jason A.I. Williams, a billionaire bro out here, sold his medical urgent med care company for like $500 million back in the day. Been in Bitcoin, been in runs a few funds, does a lot, right? Anyway, he's pretty well connected guy. He said all his Wall Street guys can talk about, because they run some funds on Wall Street, has a partner, big longtime Wall Street guy. They have a big fund that he's involved in a lot of stuff. He was on the pre-buy for SpaceX, right? When you get to that level, you're doing a lot of things. Anyway, he said all anybody's talking about is the SpaceX IPO. All hands on deck. Look, last week, ChatGPT raised $67 billion, I think, at $1 trillion, just under $1 trillion valuation. We got SpaceX Anthropic yesterday filed for their IPO. We've got Google, Alphabet's going to raise 80 billion, 81 billion, something like that. We got that coming up. All anyone cares about is AI and these things. And why not? Are we really worried? Should they be worried that Bitcoin is just going to take off without them? No, short of maybe when maybe when the Clarity Act passes, we'll see a bump. I mean, it could take off, but listen, if Trump comes out and says, yeah, we're buying 5 million Bitcoin for the strategic reserve, maybe. But I just don't see a catalyst, especially in the next 2 to 4 weeks. So it's probably smart of them. I'm not going to do it because I don't care. And I'm not going to play the game, but I'm not saying I won't buy all of those. Right. But also keep in mind what happened a few months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Gold was going crazy. Silver was going crazy. They were lining up in Dubai. They were lining up in Australia. What did I tell you? What did I think? What did I say from this very microphone? Buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin is out of favor. Bitcoin's out of favor right now. Great time to buy. You may notice I'm more excited than I was yesterday. Kind of seems counterintuitive when we're down 4%. But I'm just like excited that Bitcoin's still going to $1 million, probably going to 10, maybe 20. Right? That didn't change. Now, when it's going to happen may have changed, may have got pushed back. There's more opportunity out there. We're competing for the same dollars. But it's a great time to buy. Do what you want. I'm not getting in and out like these guys are, but I see why they are. They believe probably in AI more than they do Bitcoin. But look, you realize this company's going to hold 30 billion in Bitcoin, right? This combined company. I'll tell you, my only warning and what you absolutely shouldn't do is panic and sell and buy back higher. Just don't do that, whatever you do, right? Whatever else you want to do, good luck. Have at it, man. Okay, now, hallelujah. Praise the gods. Jim Cramer. Now, let's lay the groundwork for those at home. MicroStrategy, I don't know, what do they own? 830,000 Bitcoin. They sold 32 Bitcoin. They sold 32 Bitcoin yesterday. Jim Cramer, in his wisdom, came out and said, Strategy Micro sells Bitcoin 2.5 million. May have to reevaluate pro-Bitcoin stance, given how much strategy has propped it up. Key trampoline for years. Some say manipulation, I think, is too strong. Let me translate that. Jim Cramer's turning bearish on Bitcoin. Man, I will tell you this. Call it superstition. Call it a joke. Call it a skit. Call it whatever you want. I'm telling you, there is no more powerful force that you can hang your hat on than the reverse Cramer. So may not happen today, may not happen tomorrow, but the inverse Cramer is never wrong. I promise you, I was so happy. I might have cried. I might have broken down into tears of joy when I saw Jim Cramer, man. I moved from like a $2 million house down to my wife bought her grandma's house. Have 9 storage units. Moved them all into her grandma's house, right? Because the storage was costing us twice what the mortgage was. Bought the house. She bought her grandma's house at like, I don't know if it's at 1.5, might be at 2.5%. I think it's at 1.5, right? But maximum it's less than 2.5. So it's like literally not even a car payment, like, right? And it's almost paid off anyway. And so all of our stuff, now we got to move it out of her grandma's house and because we got boxes everywhere. But somewhere in those boxes are all of my old, back when I was in the stock market, when I looked to Jim Cramer as a mentor. And I don't question Jim Cramer. Honestly, I don't question him that much when it comes to stock stuff. But when it comes to Bitcoin, dude, Thank you, Jimmy. So, but I'm going to probably burn those books just out of just for, as a joke. But I trust him. Like I said, I used to look at him as a freaking almost Michael Saylor-esque back in the day when I was coming up and learning about. He was running a hedge fund back then, throwing phones, doing huge trades. Right now, I feel like he's more of a sellout. But either way, guy was a legend back then. Right? I mean, imagine this. He started the street.com, the first online like newsletter news thing, right? Guy was a legend, but when it comes to Bitcoin, he doesn't know jack shit. So it's funny in the reverse Cramer. Those of you that have been around know, you'll see. So thank you, Jim Cramer. Fear and Greed 23, not bad. Probably where it should be. Maybe it should be lower. I think we'll see it grind down. Let's see what happens, though. Let's see what happens. Call sheet traders say Bitcoin could fall as low as 66 this month. I think the 200-week moving average, which is my big dividing line between bear market and deep bear market trend and deep bear market, 200-week moving average, I think is 61.5. Last time we went down, it was 58, and we hit like low 60s. We never broke that, but the smart money on call sheet is calling for 66. With that, let's check on the markets. Check on my grid bots. About the same. My Unkita, 123. That's just a fun thing. We have some fun with this. We're getting our friends to buy it. We're supporting it. He makes great content. Green man, really talented guy. It's not that serious, but we did 42x our money. But I haven't sold. I'm waiting for this thing to go to millions. We'll see. May not ever get there, but anyway. Fun to look at a green chart. Let's celebrate our wins on a bad day. And by no means do I advocate buying coins at 3,000 market cap. More likely they're rug pulls. Anyway, let's see where then we're looking on the markets. If you can't tell, I'm not panicking. I'm certainly not selling. I've never considered in a lot of years, I've never considered getting an actual job on top of everything else I'm doing. Like literally, like for the first time in like 30 years, I really thought, man, should I go get a job? Should I get 3 jobs? I don't know. I don't know if Taco Bell's hiring, but maybe I could greet people as they come in Walmart. I don't know, but I've never seriously considered getting a job. I mean, it's like, and listen, my 2 co-hosts, Kev is on a movie set shoot that's going to be at least, I haven't seen him in a month. Enzo, been co-hosting with me for 4 or 5 years. Both those guys, he's got a job working 3 days a week. Mine and fiat, we call it, to buy more Bitcoin. I've thought about it. Probably won't do it, but I really had that thought. I'm not even joking. Should I jump out there and go get a job in Shanghai or something like that? I don't know. I mean, it's tempting. I can't. I'm literally panicking that I don't have more money to buy more Bitcoin at these levels. Maybe I'll just get out there and spend more money on my CoinZoom card. Use that 5% to buy. But anyway, where are we at here? Let's refresh this. NASDAQ down 0.12. Dow 0.7, 0.9. I call this flat, man. That's not a bad day. Now over in crypto land here, where are we at? Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin 68,908. A little better, right? Let's look at it on the hourly. Oh, we got a little bounce, right? We're back. Can we get back? 69? Can we get back to 69? Let's do it. Get back on the news. Anyway, bottom line, just don't panic. If you're new here, don't panic. Sell. I did it. We got some Mount Gox news. I did it after Mount Gox. I panicked, sold sub 200. Not close to 100. So don't do that. U.S. Senate to resume Bitcoin Crypto Clarity Act negotiations tomorrow. So they're back at it. Our wonderful, corrupt, lying ass politicians are back at it tomorrow. But in all, yeah, I'm not a fan. I was actually a political science. I was a double major in college, political science and Chinese, and I had a minored in international relations, all with the plan on going to law school, but didn't wind up going. But probably should have, but made too much money on .com stuff, so I never went back to law school. But had a lot of lawyers working for me, done a lot of stuff, but had some great friends go on to do big things, some big law schools and some big run some big funds and stuff today. But anyway, they're going out tomorrow. But the fact that we hate politicians aside, it is one of the most bipartisan. Crypto is one of the most bipartisan topics we've seen in years and years and years. Can't decide if boys should play girls sports and a lot of stuff like that. But deep red days or Black Friday sales, absolutely. That's how you have to look at it. Now it sucks if you look at your own bag. Of course, unless you're holding in Kita, gotta bang the drum on our wins. Unless you're in Ankita, up 35% in 6 hours and 25. No, I'm just kidding. It's fun. Those are fun, but very volatile. But no, really, Black Friday sale. So yeah, don't look at your own balance. Don't look at my look at my grid bots here. Yeah, look at that red. Down 10%. You know, I'm there's all down, but it is what it is. They'll come back, right? I'm a buck away from that one starting to pay again. So just don't look at your own. Listen, big time banker, financial guy. What was it? Baron Rothschild from the 1800s, big time old money guy, said, buy when there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own blood. If you buy today, we're buying our own blood. Think about that. Picture that. You're standing in your own blood and you're still buying. And listen, but most of us are buying. Coachmaster, myself, Mr. Heine, we're buying gleefully, right? When you really know the bottom end, the best time to buy is if we're buying, but we want to throw up because it's so bad, right? And I think we might see a flush. We're either going to go back up or we might see a flush down. It's fine. Get your dry powder ready. I'm buying. I buy when I buy. I don't buy thinking it's going to go down. But if I decide to buy another 200 grand worth, I may wait. I may buy it in 4 or 5 stages. It's smart. But anyway, what do we got here? European Central Bank said gold has overtaken U.S. Treasury as the world's largest reserve asset. 2 points I want to make here, okay? 2 points. Number one, the appetite for hard assets is becoming apparent. The debasement trade is real, right? Now it's gold and silver. The best one is Bitcoin. Not everyone realizes that yet. So that's point one. Clear that hard assets are smart. Smart money's going after hard assets. They don't all realize how hard an asset Bitcoin is. God, somewhere here I've got Jason Williams' book, Jason I.A. Williams, Bitcoin, hard money you can't F with. Okay. Point number one. Point number two. That's overtaken the U.S., right? The hope for the U.S., for the U.S. dollar to thrive and be the reserve asset and all this, people have to be buying it, which means they have to be buying the treasury notes. Okay, so we have this transition. We have all these things happening. We have a transition over to crypto and the blockchain. Okay, what's leading that is stable coins. Right now, the two big ones, Tether, USDT, and USDC, are all denominated in dollars. That means when and we're going to show right here, USDC bought 750 million on Solana alone today. Tether is like the 5th or 6th biggest buyer of treasury notes, right? So what gives the dollar longevity? Everyone's also trying not to buy the dollar because they don't like how the U.S. used it for sanction and has so much control. The stable coin is the future of the U.S. dollar. The future of the U.S. dollar's dominance, right? So short term, Trump realized that Bess and all these huge big brain guys he's got around him, right? Some of the smartest people in the whole TradFi world, they know this. So it will happen. I mean, if they have to, Trump will make it happen. There's no way it doesn't pass. And I say there's no way it doesn't pass. I'm going to put a date on it by the 4th of July. It's going to pass. There's going to be too much political pressure. It has to happen. And that's my take. I may be wrong, but do your own research. But two things. Use this article as to learn two things. Hard assets are the future of money, and hard assets are the near-term future of the dollar, which is Bitcoin. On answer to both of those questions. Mt. Gox moved 739 million. I said billion on my earlier show on TikTok. I knew that was wrong, but I told people I thought it was wrong. Anyway, 739 million, the first major transfer in 6.5 months. Okay, we got time. Oh, no, we don't. I was going to give you a quick thing on Mt. Gox. Anyway, got hacked back. First exchange that ever got hacked. I had Bitcoin in there. Now, it was 500 million at the time. Now it's worth billions and billions. But last time, this is they're refunding their initial investors. But anyway, these last time it happened 6.5 months ago, we dropped 13%. But that may or may not happen with all the ETFs and Sailor and Strive. I don't know that it matters that much. Okay, let's hit these last few news things. So much talk about. Pavlov Durov is announced the Ton's native token will be rebranded Gram. I like Ton better, but I guess that was original in name. But Telegram's Ton will still be the name of the blockchain. Circle just minted $750 million USDC on Solana. I rest my case. Also, that's good for Solana. Stellar MoneyGram launched MGUSD, their US-backed stablecoin on Stellar. So the old XLM, great blockchain, just never got much adoption. That's why some of these Dino coins are coming back. Google parent company Alphabet to raise $80 billion for AI. Expansion, Berkshire Hathaway, $10 billion. This is what I said. This is where all our money's going. Out of Bitcoin into AI. SoftBank, $75 billion. Japanese tech giant plans to invest 75 billion euro, which is 875 billion or 87 billion US dollars to build 5 gigawatts. Anyway, AI is taking our money. Sorry, I'm so happy today. I'm just, it just is what it is. This, when you understand it, you don't get rattled. People probably came on and left because I was so happy. But hey, thanks for joining me. I'll see everyone tomorrow. We'll see what this plans out. Join me over on my GM